The question is about women going out to work, and in general, firstly and foremostly, behind all of that is our obligation to maintain the women and to provide for them and to make sure all of their needs are met. As women are not required to work, to provide food or shelter or to provide for their children, rather it is upon their husbands, their fathers, their male caretakers to take care of all of their needs, whether it's clothing, food, shelter, education, whatever it is. All of those needs are an obligation upon the men of their family. Now there are cases where the men of the family are sick or dead or incapable or whatever and cannot, and so those women, in these cases, those women would go get jobs and those women would do what they can to survive, and these are darurat, these are times of necessity, and we're not going to be difficult with these women. These women are surviving. But here's what happens in the question. What happens when women, because this is just a society that has a heavy dose of feminism in it, where women are equal to men and they can do anything men can do, but better and so on. So the women want to go work because they don't want to be restricted to the house, they don't want to be taken care of, and so on. And as a result, in a real society with real criminals, with people with bad intentions, with the reality there, they face danger, they endanger themselves. As much as they say men and women are equal, they can all do the same things. Today, what do the law enforcement people tell us about women walking at night in dangerous areas? Don't let women walk at night in dangerous areas. Whatever happened to the feminist powers and all of that? When it comes to reality, this is it's an aura, it's a point of weakness for the family, that there's a woman at night in a bad neighborhood, in danger, and she needs protected. And it's the foolishness of the people of this day that sort of wish to ignore all of that and just say women are strong and women are capable and we shouldn't think that we have to protect them and be escorts to them and all of that. But the women of this time are being raped, they're being attacked, they're being taken advantage of, and that's a reality. The victims of robberies and these kind of things are so often women, and this is a reality. And so we would advise our sisters, just with some general advice, to keep to the safety of your homes as much as you can, to keep to the safety of the men who have to go out and take care of you, to allow them to do that, and to not be so ambitious to be like the Western women and do just like what the men do, but to be humble and preserve your honor as much as you can and the honor of your family by remaining home as much as you can. And this is in a corrupt society with lots of criminals and different kinds of crimes, subhanAllah, more important than it would be in any place, in this place specifically, subhanAllah. You look at the culture of a people and the terminology, the kinds of terms that are used for different things in a society that tells you something about the goodness or the evil of that society. In Arabic, old Arabic societies, there's so much terminology for dates and for things in nature and for trees and for landscape and for lions and for animals and things like that. They have many names. You know, they use different words to describe these things. That shows their focus as a society. Here, we have pickpocketing, we have home invasion, we have carjacking, we have, all of this is just theft in Arabic. It's just sariqa. But in the American system, everything has its own specific way of being defined as a specific crime because we've been overwhelmed by these things. Not because we just choose to make lots of words up. We need those words because we have to classify all of these criminals that we have in front of us, and we have to deal with them with what they deserve to be dealt with, and they have to be detained and corrected and so on. So then these words, they come about by necessity. It's not just rape. It's this kind of rape and that kind of rape and every kind of aggression along with that. It becomes different names of crimes because the society is so corrupt. If people could realize how corrupt the society they are in is, then they would take the proper steps to protect themselves. And I ask Allah Ta'ala to protect us and our families, and Allah Ta'ala knows best.